Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and in this video, we're going to be talking about this huge sell-off that dgas experienced today, which means that natural gas and UGAS experienced a huge day. If you guys did not check that out, natural gas alone pushed up 6% today, and if I'm not mistaken, UGAS pushed up a little bit over 12% at its peak for the day. It's still pushing up during pre-market hours, and the reason we're talking about this is, I have a huge focus in trading natural gas ETFs. It's pretty much what I've been trading all week. For those that are not familiar with who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. I run the largest YouTube channel, largest private Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can check this out. This is my YouTube channel. We have nearly 470,000 subscribers, and then on top of that, the first link in the description is our free Facebook group, over 183,000 members, and all you have to do is click that first link in the description to join, and you can always leave if it's just something that you don't necessarily see value in. But altogether, I want to share this with you. This is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, and I want to talk about kind of like this pattern. I talked about this. How many of you guys remember watching the video where I talked about the 180-day, 4-hour pattern on natural gas? So not on natural gas, I'm sorry, on dgas. Dgas was absolutely just killing it for about almost a month. I just remember after it sold off very aggressively when natural gas was pushing up, it made sense on why it would correct itself. It consolidated for quite some time, and then it just really started to rip through every resistance level and push up, push up, push up. It was this week, and I talked about it time after time, that we're starting to see a difference in pattern and direction. And what I mean by that is, let me talk to you about this. dgas, its overall direction is a descending pattern. It continues to sell off, and based off of previous patterns, just like I said in the other video, right? You never know exactly what's going to happen, but patterns tend to repeat themselves. And all I continue to talk about and express of how important it is to understand is that dgas does push above this SMA line from time to time, but it doesn't hold for a very long period of time and then continues the sell-off. It pushes up and then continues the sell-off. It consolidates, it tries to push up, and then continues the sell-off. It pushes up, breaks above the SMA line, and then everyone just thought that dgas was just going to continue to uptrend. But again, it's thinking big picture and thinking what has happened before that will most likely happen again. And guess what began to happen this week? You might be able to see it a little bit more clearly on the 20-day 1-hour chart, but dgas was showing signs of an uptrend. And in the past 5 days, so this is, I think, the very interesting part. Before today, right? This is kind of like how this week played out. I had a very, very successful week when it came down to trading. I was able to make a little bit over $7,500 trading. I do my daily recap videos and I show you guys my overall profits on the week or on the day. And I was doing very well because of how consistent these patterns were. It was almost like a horizontal pattern. But what did I say? That. Well, it makes sense, right? That it's either going to push up and continue to uptrend or drop down and get rejected. Based on the overall direction of dgas and how it's a downward pattern, it made sense on why this thing would sell off. And that's exactly what we experienced today. So if we saw somewhat of a support right around, that 110 area and then a resistance right around that 120 area, now it's beginning to sell off. And you can again see this even on the 180-day chart. So what I wanted to ask you, right, is do you think that this is the beginning of dgas and its sell-off? Meaning that, is this time for UGAS and its recovery? Or, and again, there's a lot of different steps and approaches that you can have on this. It absolutely just ripped it today, making higher highs and just completely killing it. It pushed up super aggressively. Do you think that this momentum will continue for natural gas? Or do you think that it was only a fluke for Friday and that it will most likely just correct itself back either to where it was trading at around the $40 price point or continue to sell off how it was doing before? The reason that I'm saying this is that we're coming to an end when it comes down to the winter months. Natural gas consumption does extremely well and prices go up during winter months. Based off previous patterns, and when we go on that 3-year analysis, so we go here and then go on the 3-year analysis, we could see that it tends to peak out right around December to January, and then it begins to sell off. Again, tends to peak out. You guys can see the little time frames right here on the bottom. Tends to peak out, and around January, it begins to sell off, leading up to February. And again, push up, and then this is beginning to sell off, right? But it pushed up so much does that mean that it's going to sell off a little bit more than what it has before? That's pretty much my question for you guys is we're going to have a lot of people that are going to be sharing their opinions in the comments. So first of all, I want to say what's up to everybody that's tuning on in. So I could see, let's see, how do I show your little thing? All right, there we go. So what's going on, Mike? What's going on, Taxi? What's going on, Justin? What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Harsha? What's going on, Philip? Yeah, hope you guys are all having an amazing day. But I simply wanted to ask you, what is it that you think? Not just your opinion. I don't just want you to, share, hey, I think UGAS is going to go up, or I think dgas is going to go up, right? How much lower can natural gas go? Yeah. What I really want to ask is, what have you learned from these patterns, or what have you learned from reading more about natural gas consumption and how it performs during the early months for the year, that will guide your understanding or direction of what you think is going to happen for the next couple of months? Do you think it's going to consolidate and it's just going to pull back and kind of flatline for a little bit? Or do you think that natural gas is going to go up? Do you think that natural gas is going to go back down? I really want to know what you guys think. And again, we have a huge focus, right? I mean, I trade natural gas. That's really like my main piece of pie. I've been doing extremely well with it, but I want to know what you guys think. It really helped me out last time as I got so many different opinions, and I was able to understand that so many people had both positive and negative things to say about natural gas, and it just reminded me to be a little bit more selective and to not be so quick to swing trade. So many people were saying, okay, natural gas is going up, I'm going to go ahead and go for a swing trade. Unfortunately, again, this is just based off my experience, and it can mean absolutely nothing to you, but just because it's going up on one day and it breaks above that EMA line does not mean that it's going to continuously make higher highs. It doesn't mean that it can't. It just means that one day does not predict its overall direction for the next couple of months. And all I want to remind you is that to be a little bit more selective, to not be so quick to jump the gun, and to just make sure that you are fully comfortable and understand the direction of what it is that you're about to invest in. I hope that you guys absolutely killed it today. Again, natural gas within itself and just you guys and how much it pushed up. It actually pushed up 14%. Wow, I wasn't staying up today. I wasn't feeling too good in the morning. I was already up a certain dollar amount that I was really happy with how I played or just traded this week. So I actually took a nap. I took a 3-hour nap. And I feel super well rested. So I have a meeting at 5 o'clock, and I just wanted to make sure that I went live and that I just got your guys' opinion, and that I remind you guys to not be so quick to, I know a lot of you guys are super excited to be finally natural gas is picking right back up. Please just remove all your emotions aside. It doesn't matter what you want to happen. Just focus on the pattern. Be realistic with yourself. Do your technical analysis. Dedicate 5-10 minutes. Just make sure that you have a true understanding of what it is that you're about to be doing. And that's really just it. Let's be extremely selective. Let's focus on those quality trades. Let's manage that risk. And again, the only way that we can make 2019 one of our best years ever is if we make sure that we invest that proper time that is needed to earn the luxury of being able to make money in the market. So wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives you in your success. If you guys want to stay connected and be able to watch me trade live every single day, I do want to remind you that's that second link in the description. This is our Learn Plan Profit group. You have to watch me trade live every single day. You have to ask me questions in real time. And you get to work with me on a much closer basis. So again, that's that second link in the description. And be sure to like and subscribe if it's something that you guys see value in. Thank you guys again. Happy Friday. Hope you guys have a fun and safe weekend. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.